cat scratched me last night. Look at. I got lots of scratches from this cat.
Katie has a cat?
Her roommate has 3 cats. And so she was like, oh, I guess you can live with me, but sure, you can bring your cats. But she does nails. So Katie's always getting her nails done.
That's good.
Inside her apartment. So
is that worth having 3 cats in your apartment, though?
And they all, like, barf and throw up, like, daily. I mean, barf and poop. Barf and throw up. Barf,
It'd be weird if
throw
they
up.
didn't poop daily, right?
No, but, like, they're just, like, shitting always in the random spots. They're not shitting where they're supposed to shit. And then last night while I was there, I watched one of them figure out how to open a cabinet. It was really fun. He just, like, kept putting his paw, like, right under and opening it, and then he used his head to, like, prop it open. And he was being nosy.
It's dangerous. That's how the people... There's a guy on Train Spotting who died of cat feces. Like, he was on heroin all the time. And then he had a cat, and then the cat was just shitting all over the place, and eventually he died from that.
Like,
I don't know how.
Like the odor, or, like, how does it kill him?
Maybe it's like a really major case of pink eye. It's red eye. I swear to God, that's a real thing. Like, if you don't clean up after your cats, eventually it'll get to a point where it's, like, dangerous.
She's not on heroin, so don't worry.
How do you know? She has 3 cats. Statistics show that, like, 90% of people who have 3 cats have tried heroin at least.
Okay, maybe she is. I don't know.
R.I.P. Gene Hackman. Not that he was on heroin.
or died from cat poop.
No. Very sad, man. Royal Tenenbaum has passed away, and under very mysterious circumstances also, from what I hear, from all my, substantial research into headlines.
Yeah, I'm your substantial research into headlines. I'm not even good research. I'm like, wow, look at that title. Did you know? This title said that they died under mysterious circumstances. I didn't read the article, but that's what the title said.
Well, you said that, like, it wasn't a gas, like, they found no traces of a gas leak.
Yeah, at first they were suspecting gas leak because both him and his wife died. Mm-hmm. And now they're saying it's suspicious because they were in different...
Suspicious!
Suspicious!
Sorry, that's in bad taste.
They were in different rooms, and she was found, like, slumped over a toilet, and they'd said that her body was already showing signs of, like, mummification, and there was an empty pill bottle, and then one of their dogs was dead too. And then the door was unlocked, and there were 2 other dogs that were running around, and there were no signs of gas leak. So they're like, oh, we think they were poisoned.
Who's gunning for Gene Hackman nowadays, man?
I don't know. Like, and it's not like it sounds like there was no sign of, like, theft or robbery that we know of yet.
It's Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller did it.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller did it so he could cut him out. I kind of don't remember the plotline of Royal Tenenbaum now.
Yeah, maybe it was one of his kids.
Yeah.
The Royal Tenenbaum kids. It was Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, dude. Gwyneth Paltrow, we're looking at you.
She wants her cut so she can start her goop.
Yeah, you kooky white lady.
Goop.
Also, Luke Wilson. Nah, he wouldn't do it. He's a good old boy.
No. He's the one that crashed the car, right?
No, that's Owen Wilson.
Oh, yeah. Could have been Owen Wilson.
We'll get to the bottom of this, people.
Yeah.
This is what our channel is going to become from now on, okay? It's going to be 50% just yappage about reality competition shows, and then 50% deep diving into celebrities' deaths, okay?
But only Gene Hackman's. It's the only death we're investigating.
Yeah.
Even when they solve it, we'll still be talking about it.
We'll
be
come
like,
up with new theories.
How did he die?
And eventually we'll get to a point where we have to, keep the content farm going, so we'll have to start killing celebrities. And then pretending
we'll have to kill Gene Hackman again.
We'll have to kill like a bunch, like Jack Nicholson. I think your time has come. Okay, here's Johnny.
It's crazy he's still alive.
I know it's kind of fucked up to say, but yeah, it's crazy that he outlived, motherfucking Matthew Perry. No one told you that was gonna be this way.
Oh, DOA. Frankie says, relax.
Anyway, that's a really bummer way to start off their show.
Really fucked up way to start the episode.
Hey, so to counteract that, we're going to talk about some people who were recently born. This one right here. Born yesterday.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
This one born yesterday. How was your night out last night?
It was a very interesting observation into how people behave. Me and Katie had a good time. We just observed people.
Yeah.
And,
by the way, this is one of 3 Katies that she has. She's the proud owner of 3 Katies.
Yeah, proud of our Katie's 3K. 2 of them are Katie B's.
Yeah. Yeah. Statistics show that if you own 3 Katies, there's a 90% chance that you've tried heroin.
Also, if the more Katies you own, the like higher level in heaven you'll reach.
And that's why she's so snatched.
That's why I always have to have a lot of Katies.
Yeah.
Because I want to get into like the highest level in heaven. It's not about how many kids you're fucking. It's about how many Katies you have.
What?
Because that's what the Mormons are like. Remember, be sweet, pray.
Nobody told me that.
I've been wasting so many years of my life not fucking kids.
Or fucking kids, you mean?
Pedophiles are
okay,
never
so we
far
covered
from my
death.
mind.
We covered pedophilia.
We covered the afterlife.
Should we talk about the genocide in Brunei? We've been watching White Lotus, and boy, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that also has incest, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
We will see.
You guys ever, like, have, like, a cousin that you're really attracted to, but, like, you kind of get over it, except you don't? Welcome back to Sooki Sooki, the world's first Big Brother and Traitors sports podcast.
Yeah. I'm hungry and need another coffee.
I feel like we are kind of a broken record, but every week we say this, we're saying like, okay, come on, it's going to get boring now.
Okay, that was the craziest week ever. And then another week happens. We're like, whoa, that was the craziest week ever.
We just keep expecting the season to wind down. It seems like there's going to be like a foregone conclusion. And then all of a sudden, some shit happens and everything is thrown up into the in the air. And honestly, we ended this episode not even knowing
who's getting banished.
Exactly.
Yeah, it left us on a cliffhanger.
And it's not clear. It's not clear at all. And we'll get into it, but it is juicy.
It's fucking juicy. And I'm sure they edited
Go like this with your mouth. Wait. There we go. It is juicy.
like a butthole.
Yeah.
Because that sound makes me think of a butthole. I just like to make butthole faces. I'm sure they've edited.
She doesn't have to try hard.
I'm sure they edited it this way.
Edited it.
Edited it. They probably do that every season, but I feel like especially this season, now I've noticed like whoever they're talking about who's going to go home in the beginning of the episode, like this week it started out everybody was talking about Gabby.
Yeah.
I've noticed it's not ever going to be that person.
Yeah, sometimes the editing kind of gives it away because a lot, like what I've also noticed is that when the traitors are discussing who to murder, typically the first person who they show like them fucking putting oil on their body or whatever.
Yeah, freaking.
Yeah, the first person they show is
using
usually
a boat in the bath. A toy boat.
Kayaking in the bath, yeah.
Yeah.
Rock climbing in the Anyway.
Welcome back to Sooki Sooki, the world's first Big Brother Traitors, all reality, all terrain, 4-wheel drive sports podcast. Only you can prevent forest fires.
60-0 in 17 minutes.
It's a bad car. You killed 5 people.
You have to really anticipate when you want to stop.
You killed 5 people. You hit a deer.
If you know how to drive this car, you can predict the future. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Wow. It is 1:37 p.m.
Yeah, I think also part of me just didn't want to believe that Gaggy was going to go home this week.
Yeah.
So when they were all talking about Gaggy, I was like, no, it's not going to be so obvious as that.
Yeah, and I think Dylan has a huge part to play in how the season is shaking out to be very interesting because he's kind of on the precipice of the traitors and the faithfuls, because he's very close to a lot of the traitors. He's kind of got the traitors in his ear, but he also has like a razor sharp instinct What?
I'm trying so hard not to cut you off right now. I'm just like,
Okay. Okay. So continue not doing that.
I know. I'm really working
I'm
on it.
not done.
But I'm like,
No, let me cook. So he's also like, he's a very intuitive guy, but he has made really strong relationships with a lot of the traders. And so he's kind of like, it seems like the season really just hinges on how Dylan's feeling, you know?
okay, my turn.
Yeah. We should have one mic and we just pass it back and forth.
Yeah, that would make it a lot easier because I'm like, okay, he's so good.
I'm proud of you. I'm
yeah.
proud. We get very excited to do this podcast. Sometimes we just want to get our ideas out, and my ideas are usually better. So I'm just kidding.
Can I go now?
Yeah, you can go.
You know who Dylan is? He's fucking in the moment in the Hamilton musical when they're like, Hamilton, who are you going to vote for? Jefferson or Burr? Your vote is the most important. And I feel like his vote is always the most important.
Yeah.
And Sierra really traumatized him because now he's like, I can't vote with the herd. I
Yeah.
can't vote based on my emotions because that is making me vote wrong every time.
He's making all the hard choices, which is like
He's finally doing that, yeah. Where like last week he voted for Carolyn and he had the guts to do it, and now he's like, I have to vote for Danielle.
he's learning.
Which like we'll get there. We will get there.
Throughout the season, I feel like he's the only one who's really like adjusting his game.
Yeah, and I think that's so important. Is like every day you have to figure out how to readapt your game because it's changing based on who's getting killed, who's getting banished, the new information you feel like you're receiving. Like it's a game where everything is changing moment to moment.
Yeah.
Like
And
even last week when he was like watching, he was like, I'm watching Danielle in this game. And then as soon as he thought Carolyn was being too pushy about the answers, he was like, now I'm watching Carolyn.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like he has the benefit of having a couple people that he knows, or at least he feels like are for sure not traitors. You know, for example, Ivor.
Yeah.
And that, like, when you're down to 6 people, like, one less person in the pool of traitors is going to give you a huge bump in how likely you are to be right.
Yeah, and the more people that you feel like you for sure trust, like, it's so important for him to have Ivor.
Yeah.
Because he knows Ivor is 100% faithful.
And as we'll see later in the episode, we're not going to spoil it, but, you know, it really matters. Every vote is so critical at this point. So having one guy that is solid on your, or one girl that is solid on your side is like a huge benefit, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's like, we'll get to it when we get to the round table. So
and people know how important the votes are. And we'll get there when we get to the round table because some people do some suspicious thing and
You're doing it
and
again.
make a lot of eye contact.
You're doing it again.
No, I'm saying some people are going to do some suspicious I'm not giving it away, but I'm just saying some people are going to do some suspicious
I feel like
things.
you're all but giving it away.
Some people are going to do some suspicious things and make a lot of eye contact with each other. Lots of eye contact says a lot. It says a lot.
She watches Sixth Sense and she's like, I'm not trying to spoil it for you, but he was dead the whole time.
I've never seen that movie.
I know, but I'm just saying you're bad at not spoiling things.
I'm also bad at like gift giving because if I get you a gift too early and I'm really excited about it, like, you want it now? I got you something really cool.
I'm the same way. I don't care about the surprise factor. I just want to get it out of the way.
Oh, I don't want to get it out of the way. I really love getting people gifts. Like, if I get you a gift I really know you're going to like, I'm like, oh, I can't hide it. It's too good. My
The best
grandma
present you've ever given me
is the Nuggets jersey.
is the Nuggets jersey, but a close second is 2 packs of Jewel Pods. So anyway, we roll into the morning, and there's no fucking like clear answer who's going to get killed at this point. It's probably going to be a guy. That's all we know for sure, you know?
Yeah.
And everyone is, of course, thinking that Dylan is top of mind.
I thought they might kill Gabby because they were talking
Right,
about how
yeah,
she's really on to Danielle.
Yeah, so...
Oh, well, we start the episode Brittany meeting Danielle in the turret.
Oh, yeah, we've skipped over that. And it was very... Like, I love how their relationship has developed, you know? And it becomes a very delicious setup for what's to come.
Hey, you're spoiling. You're doing.
Oh, shit.
You're doing what I'm doing.
Fuck, dude. We had a lot of coffee today.
Yeah, not enough, actually. I really want more. I'm fiending.
So, like, the only thing worth mentioning, I think, from their meeting is just Brittany being like, okay, you've had to fight so much with your fellow traitors. I'm, like, totally cool deferring to you.
Yeah, she's like, I will do whatever I can to protect us.
Yeah, and I think she means it. And it's a very sweet relationship that's developing, and they're kind of tossing around ideas who to murder. And Brittany is so gleeful. And I think if she had been a traitor from the start, she probably would have played such a good game. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because she's, like, very, like, compartmentalized in the way she thinks about, like, gameplay versus... She's kind of like Rachel in that way, where it's, like, she can divide personal lines and, you know, and what's happening in the game.
You feel like Rachel is good at that? Not to, like, disagree with you, but, like, I feel like she hated Kate so much and was always just like, Kate's a traitor, because I feel like...
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like the line just got a little bit blurred for her.
I'm wrong.
Okay. Sorry. Fuck! I killed the vibe again. No!
So they're kind of, like, tossing around ideas. We mentioned Dylan, we mentioned Gabby, but ultimately it ends up being...
One of your ponies. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Wherever
really
you're going to
like
put it. Pew, pew, pew.
a ray of
Pew, pew,
light
pew.
in this dark game. Just a bright, shining figurehead. Almost like a North Star for all the other faithfuls to follow. And, last week I cocked it back. You can cock it back for my guy.
No, you cock it back for yourself.
All right.
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know where you're going to put it.
I mean, we're not getting a lot of glue out of him. He's pretty scrawny.
He responded to being murdered exactly how I knew he would, in the most Tom Sandoval way. He sat down and went, ha, 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 I knew it. And then opened the letter and was like, I was a pleasure to work with. That was my favorite.
You're welcome for my service.
He's like, I was a pleasure to work with. Like, I was awesome.
Yeah. And look, all jokes aside, that's what I love about Tom Sandoval is that, like, I don't think he hates himself at all.
Anymore.
I don't know if he ever hated.
I feel like he went through a period where he was like in an indulgent kind of way, where he was just like sitting in his woe is me, I'm the victim.
Right.
For a bit.
Well, I don't think, like, his self-pity was tied to, oh, I'm a piece of shit. It's like, oh, the world is treating me bad. Even though I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? I didn't even do anything.
Well, she made me cheat.
She's a fucking bitch. Okay?
She didn't even buy batteries, so I had to
batteries
cheat on
or
her.
toilet paper.
I had to cheat on her. Fuck, man. She's fucking shit. Fuck, man. I had to cheat on her, man.
You know who would play Tom Sandoval in a movie? Eric Cartman from South Park. Mom, none of the kids at school are stoked on me, even though I'm totally ripped and cool. So R.I.P. to Tom Sandoval. You were great on their show, man. You were really, really fun. Probably my favorite personality on their show.
I feel like he's starting to be aware, like, of the persona.
He's becoming self-aware.
Yeah,
he's learning.
He's becoming sentient. He's becoming sentient because he posted a meme.
Breaking: Tom Sandoval becomes people.
Yeah, he becomes aware of his subconscious.
Yeah.
He posted a meme of, like, him, Dylan, and somebody else. It was like a scene from the last challenge, and it was like everybody's thoughts, and Carolyn was like, oh, I'm thinking about the money. Dylan was like, oh, this would be really, like, look at this grass. Oh. And then and then the cloud above his head is Alan a traitor? He posted it, and I'm like, oh no, he's on to it. He's on to us laughing at him, and now he's going to be like, no, I'm also laughing at me too, so we're laughing together, and we're friends.
We are. Tommy boy, I would love to have you on the podcast, man.
No,
I know you need it.
I won't be here for that.
By the way, did you know that we were voted the most unserious podcast hosted by a white girl and a Chinese guy that has under 100 subscribers? It's a very specific category on
Niche
Times Magazine.
Niche category.
It's 100 under 100 followers.
Yeah. It's actually 50 under 50 followers. It's even worse. 50 under 50.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know. They're just looking at our reels.
Actually, if you look at all of our followers from Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube combined, it's actually just under 100.
Also, Jag Baines follows us, and he has like hundreds of thousands. So technically, like by the transitive property, we're rich.
His followers are our followers.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I shit myself. I'm still shitting myself. Jag, love you.
We're gonna talk about you later, boy.
Yay.
My boy.
Yay.
So yeah, Tom Sandoval dies, and you know, he gets a little last hurrah. I feel like he had a lot of fun in the game, which I love for him. You know, because I feel like he's just been sitting in a dark room, like stroking his girlfriend's hair for the last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you weren't trying to say something?
No, I don't have anything.
All right.
I'm just like, yeah, probably, sure, yeah.
And and everyone, as soon as they find out it's Tom Sandoval, they're like, oh, phew.
I know. Gabby's like, oh, I wish Chriselle were here.
Yeah, they're celebrating. It's the first murder that's celebrated.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, bye. And Dolores is like, who am I going to vote for tonight?
Yeah.
I don't know. Dolores is happy.
And we can kind of glaze through this challenge because it's really gross.
Yeah, the challenge is just kind of like a flashback. It's like a montage of all of the challenges that they've done.
Yeah.
Like they have to like go pop some stuff from some clowns. They got to go pull some strings on some dolls. They got to go fucking dig around in some shit for fucking gold coins and stuff.
In essence, it's just a gambling game. Like
Yeah.
you're guessing a lot. There's no strategy to it really.
The whole point of this game is whoever gets the most money gets a very special power, which you predicted. And I think this power is too insane. Like, it's too good. It's the seer power. Why don't you tell us about it?
Well, you're right that, like, with all the information we have right now, it does seem a little overpowered.
I just feel like there should be some sort
However-
of, like, constraints on it. Like, okay, you get to know, but if you tell who, like, what you found out, then you die automatically or some shit. There has to be some.
But that's useless.
I feel like there
No,
has
okay,
to
I
be
think-
some way that you can't outright say, oh, I just found out Danielle's a traitor.
I think it would be interesting to see when it takes place. If it takes place before the turret, then obviously the traitors can just go ahead and murder him,
Yeah.
murder whoever sees them, you know? But if it takes place after, then I really don't know how it's going to shake out. I think there's something we don't know yet.
Well, yeah, because it'll be after the round table, they said.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do feel like they would have the potential to murder if that
Maybe,
were the
like,
case.
I think-
But that would be so obvious then, right?
No, like, I think it would be like the way I would have planned it in the game is the person who gets the seer power gets to tell everybody, if he wants to, that he has a seer power. And then if he goes and sees the traitor or
They
whatever,
meet in secret.
they meet in secret. They see the traitor. Well, first of all, they only get to pick one person. So there's a chance that they might pick wrong. So I guess
Yeah.
that is a little bit of like a risky factor. But
Yeah.
let's say they pick right. Then the traitors have a tough decision. Do they want to kill somebody who's announced that they've had the
Seer.
seer power and kind of...
I think as long as they're meeting with whoever in secret, like I feel like they have to, that's the only way. Like that people don't know who they chose.
Right.
Like
But
they get a letter, they get summoned somewhere.
But nothing's stopping them from the very next day going, hey, I met with this person. But then again,
Unless they
there's
get
so
murdered.
little trust in this game right now that like two different people could be saying this and no one would be any the wiser who is telling the truth. So I guess
we'll
does.
see how it works out.
There are some things that like this could introduce that could be interesting, you know? Because like, what if, let's say like Ivor gets the power and he picks a traitor and then he meets with the traitor and then the very next day the traitors don't kill him, but Brittany is like, hey, I have the seer power and I met with Ivor and he's a traitor, and then Ivor she gets ahead of it. Yeah.
It'll introduce some very interesting strategies.
Yeah.
Unless I feel like the best way to do it is so that whoever has the seer power doesn't have any time to announce to everybody else. Like they find out in secret by a letter They meet with whoever in secret because
sorry.
because if I'm the seer power, I'm gonna make sure I tell one person I trust the most.
Yeah,
if I have
100%.
time to.
But the thing is, you have to sway 3 people, including yourself and your partner. So you have to sway one other person. And the seer power doesn't, they're not going to announce who has the seer power, like Alan said. So it's like my word against yours,
Yeah.
It doesn't really give you any power. It gives you information, but if no one trusts you, that information doesn't matter.
This is why having relationships is so important, because I feel like if either Ivor or Dylan were to get it, Ivor would tell Dylan immediately, and Dylan has so much credibility in the game that if he backs up Ivor, everybody's like, yeah, sure, whatever you're saying is right.
Yeah, so actually, now that I think about it, this power is actually really interesting.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't guarantee that you're getting a traitor. It just guarantees that you have information that might or might not be believed based on who you are.
Based on your relationships, your credibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking... This is how we should, pick our presidents, I think.
How?
Just
what do you mean?
If they're trustworthy enough to survive a game of traitors, then
yes,
they're trustworthy enough to run the country.
Okay, that's fair. I like that. Donnie, Trumpo. I don't know. I don't have anything to say to you.
Dylan should be president, is what I'm saying.
I feel like he couldn't handle the stress.
He'd just start crying and be like, "Oh my god."
I just love Nancy Pelosi so much. She's become a really good friend of mine.
She's like my mom, but I think she might be a traitor. she might have committed treason.
He becomes Stalin.
Yeah.
So anyway, they get through the challenge, and it's not clear who wins.
We don't get to know.
But I feel like for sure it's not Gabby and it's not Ivor.
I feel like...
Or not Dylan, sorry.
Yeah, I feel like it might be Ivor or Dolores or Brittany or Danielle. So the 2 people that you said aren't for sure didn't get it.
So now, there's some side talk happening. There's Danielle trying to set people up to try to get Gabby out. There's Ivor pulling aside certain people, trying to get Danielle out. It's really unclear.
Yeah, and Dylan is so in the middle because he's like, I've always suspected Gaggy. Feels wrong to call her Gabby.
Yeah.
It's not her name.
Yeah.
But he's like, but I, all the things about Danielle are solid, real evidence.
Yeah, and at this point, I think he's done just going off of a feeling. He needs hard facts, And it really seems like every thing that he's taking in is being weighed.
Yeah, and he's becoming so conscious of his emotions of I can't vote based on my emotions. I really have to separate them no matter how hard it is, because I'm here for the money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he's finally gotten
watching? He needs to buy his brother a new face.
Yeah. He has to buy his brother a new face. Is so mean, but he needs the money.
We're actually huge fans of Zac Efron, as much as we make fun of him.
I love you in Iron Claw.
Yeah, he's very underrated as one
He's great. I think he should be in more things.
You know what he was actually great in?
What?
The Disaster Artist. He was one of the actors where he was he was a roid rager.
Yeah.
And then James Franco's character was like, oh my god, that guy monster. So anyway,
I did not hate her. I did not. What's the guy's name? Oh, hey, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Are your friend little kid?
Are you a kid, little friend?
Happy birthday.
That movie is so funny.
Good movie. Good movie. Tommy Wiseau. Let's get him on Traitors.
That would be amazing. Because nobody would be able to put their finger on what the fuck is going on with that guy.
Tommy Wiseau, where are you from? America.
It's kind of like he's playing traitors in real life, because no one knows
nobody knows the truth of him.
Yeah, exactly.
He would actually be a good traitor.
He would. Dude, I used to have this signed poster of The Room, and I have no idea where it went.
You had a signed poster?
Yeah, signed by Tommy Wiseau.
Why the fuck isn't it hanging in our living room?
Well, I lost it is the issue.
You ruined the country. Because you lost it. I would love to have that.
Yeah, I know. Me too. But,
I bet we could get a cameo from him.
Well, he goes to the I forgot what theater he goes to, but he goes to a theater all the time. This theater does like midnight showings of the room, and he's always there, just like hanging out with fans.
Everybody throws spoons still.
Yeah. It's like a midnight showing where everyone throws spoons at. I don't know why that started, but it's funny.
I want to go to one.
Me too. Anyway, we've yapped enough. Now we get to the really important part of the episode, the round table.
Yeah. Yeah. And something I just want to talk about because I love Gaggy. She, on her TikTok, was like, oh, everybody's like, why'd you wait so long to bring up that information about how you overheard Danielle and Carolyn in the secret room? And she was like, you have to save the information for when it will be most powerful. And she was so right to save it until now because Danielle's coming against her. Obviously, right now is the best moment to bring it up because it's hard evidence against her. She's coming for you, so you have a reason to, like, save yourself.
See, I was one of those people who also thought that she should have brought it up earlier. I just don't see how that would hurt her because Danielle literally made the argument last week that she's been kind of chasing after Carolyn this whole time, and that's how she got her out. So if Gaggy were to have, let's say, like 3-4 weeks ago, mentioned that she heard Danielle, or even right after Carolyn got banished, she was like...
But then potential for her to get murdered. She's saving her ass.
That's true.
Plus, like, it seems like there was always... Like, she wasn't always in the line of fire, so I feel like better to save it for when you're actually in the line of fire because it obviously it works out in her favor. We see at the round table.
Yeah. Before we get into that, another round table where no one is trying to speak at all. And I
love all the awkward silences.
Yeah.
Like earlier when Gabby and Danielle ended up in the same room together and Danielle was like, I'm not going to say anything, and I'm not leaving, so I'm just sitting in the silence with a cold-blooded killer. And she's sipping her tea, and she's just like...
Yeah, she's clearly not handling it well. Oh and Danielle's like, I was born in the darkness.
Yeah, Danielle's like, I'm going to destroy you, Gabby. And never underestimate our girl, Gabby.
We don't know yet. I mean, I guess we do know that she didn't destroy Gabby.
We know at least it's not going to be Gabby.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So, like, eventually the conversation starts, and first Danielle starts bringing up Gabby and being like, the girl next door, you've kind of skated by, this and that.
I love Gabby because every time Danielle is like, this is a reason why I'm not a traitor, Gabby's like, same.
Yeah.
Same.
But she's like, dude, Gabby locked in here. She was like, stone cold.
I want her to be my lawyer. Sorry. I just want her. I just love everything about Gabby in this episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be quiet now.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So I was fully anticipating that she was going to get emotional, because, like, I don't think she's a weak person, but I don't think she's used to this kind of pressure. Whereas Danielle clearly, like, based on last week, I don't know. Look, if you ask me in the first half of the season if Danielle could handle pressure, I'd be like, fuck no. But I guess she took like a fucking AG1 or whatever.
She took AG1.
She took some creatine. She's been sneaking creatine behind the scenes. And all of a sudden she's focused as fuck. She's like microdosing Ritalin. And so I was fully expecting Danielle to just break her apart systematically. But Gabby was like going blow for blow with her.
Yeah, I feel like Gabby is very underestimated, and it works to her advantage of, like, she has a voice that makes her sound ditzy. She hasn't done any of these game shows, but I feel like she's actually a tough, hard bitch.
Yeah, she really is, because there's various points where Danielle's trying to bulldoze her, and she was like, nope, you're not going to do that to me.
Yeah, and I feel like she kind of gives off, obviously I don't know her thinking, but, like, if I'm a faithful, I feel like she does the right thing where she's just like, I'm just going to stay cool because I know what the truth is.
Yeah.
And every time somebody loses their shit here, they lose the argument and they go home.
Yeah.
Which is what happened with Carolyn.
Exactly. And there's one thing I could criticize her for, which is that she bangs the She bangs the Robin Bob drum.
Bob.
Yeah, she bangs the Robin Bob drum a little too much. Where it's like, That is not evidence. That
It's
is
not
a
even the strongest evidence that you have against her. But I do feel like it is a really good point, but it's not her strongest point against.
But at this point, she had repeated that to basically everyone in the house except for Brittany, or except for Danielle.
Yeah.
And so this is just like, if you keep hammering that point, and is the only point that she keeps hammering, then people are going to be like, okay, you're kind of basing all of this based on a vibe, you know?
Yeah, and she has other evidence. Like, her strongest evidence is the fact that she heard Carolyn and Danielle in a secret room.
Yeah.
Like, talking.
But
And,
actually,
and that Jeremy died after he mentioned
right,
her name.
Exactly. So she has, like, you know, stronger evidence for Danielle than anyone else has for anyone else, you know?
Yeah.
And she starts turning the table on Danielle. You know, Ivor eventually speaks up, and it's like, oh, I think Danielle is also a traitor, and, you know, it's nothing personal, but I just, you know, this is just a feeling I have.
And then fucking Dolores Catania is like, what'd you want to say?
No, go ahead.
Dolores is like, you know what? I've always suspected Ivor. And I'm just like, what? Fucking what?
But that actually was a really crucial point, because I think Danielle and Brittany also were sensing that they were losing the argument.
Danielle saw herself losing that fight because of how calm Gabby was and how she was just like, same. Every reason that you say you're faithful also applies to me. Guess what?
Yeah.
And then Danielle, I don't know if anybody else noticed this at the round table, but obviously the camera picked up on it because they were showing us, so we saw it. But Danielle and Brittany made strong eye contact at each other as if to signal, we need to vote for Ivor because we don't have the votes for Gabby.
Because here's the important thing that we didn't talk about. Dolores said, I will for sure vote for Ivor.
Yeah, and Brittany was like, what?
Yeah.
What? Like, we need the votes. We all have to vote for Gabby. And then I think this is so obvious if you're a faithful. When they revealed their votes, which we haven't gotten there yet, but like we're about to go there, so I'm going to say this anyway. When Danielle reveals her vote and she shows that she voted for Ivor, not the person that she just tried to go for at the round table. Yeah.
So basically, Danielle and Brittany, they signal to each other, we're losing this argument. It's like, this is the only way we can save me is if we pivot.
I just feel like their bond is so strong, and the fact that they come from Big Brother, like they have the strategy, knowledge, context, whatever, skills to look at each other and know that we have to pivot.
That's
in this
the
moment.
only out. That's the only out for them at that moment.
But
you know?
it's so obvious to me that, like, she obviously, we know that Danielle's a traitor.
But
so
what
we
else
have
could
different
she have
information.
done?
But when Danielle is like, "Oh, I just had an aha moment. It is Ivor." I'm like, oh, you guys.
But think about it. What else could she have done? Because the only way she possibly
it was her best move, but it's annoying to me.
It is. It's totally annoying, but also you have to respect it, because, like, in the moment before they even announced their votes, I was like, they're gonna switch their vote.
Yeah, we could tell based on that look that they exchanged that they were like, okay, we have to pivot.
Well, I was basing it off of the fact that she had no other options.
Yeah.
Like, the only way you could possibly think about salvaging.
Otherwise,
I mean,
she goes home.
the one big downside of this is now she's taking Brittany down with her.
Yeah, and it's just going to be like, oh, look at that. Brittany voted exactly how Danielle voted, and they didn't even have to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Suspicious.
So, like, props to Danielle and Brittany for having such a strong connection and understanding that that was the only out. But also, like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I'm just ready to see somebody take Danielle down.
So the votes start rolling in, and I guess their entire hope is that Dylan would vote with them. And then it would be 4-on-2.
Yeah.
Meaning Gabby and Ivor were the only people who voted for Danielle. And then, like, in the best case scenario, maybe next week they can throw suspicion on someone else, do something to try to, like, take the heat off them. But it doesn't work out that way. Like, Dylan was not swayed by Danielle's argument at all. I think he was very, like, conscious of how his emotions were playing, like you said, you know?
Yeah, he said it. He was like, I can't vote based on my emotions, Danielle, and that's why I'm voting for you. It's because the evidence is so damning against you. It's so, like, clear to me that you are a traitor.
So for the first time this season, we get a tie. And when there's a tie, this is a new development. I don't think they've ever done this before, but the two people being accused don't get to vote.
Yeah, which didn't fucking make a difference at all because you cut out 2 people, so it's still going to be
Right.
even. And there was a moment where Alan was like, all right, now we're going to revote. And Brittany and Dolores make strong eye contact.
And Dolores goes, she points at Danielle and she goes, and Brittany takes this to mean that now she's on to Danielle.
Yeah. Yeah, and then when Dolores reveals her vote and it's Ivor again, I don't know if this is a bait and switch. It remains to be seen. But Brittany makes a really shocked face where she's like,
yeah,
which feels like, oh, she voted for Danielle and now she's like, fuck, like I backstabbed her. Or I thought you were going to vote for Danielle too, and you didn't, and now I'm shocked by that. But I don't know. And I feel like them leaving it on a cliffhanger potentially means maybe there's another tie, and they just didn't, like, why? Why tell us it's another tie and leave us at the second tie? Like, obviously leave it on a cliffhanger where we don't know. So it's all coming down to Brittany's vote at this point.
We really don't know. We really don't know what's going to happen.
Idea.
It could, like, if Brittany does vote for Danielle, it would just be like the most delicious tragedy.
Because it'd be the second time she's fucked
and
her
she didn't
over.
have to. And she didn't have to. But like, I am leaning towards that she did vote for Danielle because Brittany has always been a player who prioritizes her own game.
Yeah, and it is the best move for her. But at this point, it's kind of like she's on a sinking ship because there's already so much suspicion around her, around their relationship. So it's kind of, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited for Thursday.
Yeah, and it kind of goes back to what we were talking about last week where it's like, why would you recruit Brittany, man?
It's so obvious.
It's so, like, dude, if either of you are fucked, both of you are fucked.
Yeah, I mean, I get it because in her mind, she's like, I need to work with somebody who I trust completely, which is Brittany. And she's played her whole game has been playing with players that she doesn't trust.
Who else she trusts completely? Dylan.
I think he would say no. But
he can't say no. It's an ultimatum.
It's say yes or die.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, I'm die. Kill me.
I don't think he's so competitive, you know. I think he wouldn't like it, but he would do it. And I think that, like, had she basically anybody besides Brittany, she would be in a better spot, you know?
Yeah.
Cuz I just think that, like, tying yourself to a person that you already are tied to and have, like, you guys both have suspicion on you as a group.
Yeah.
It's very, like, I get it, Danielle. You want to like rebuild this relationship. And this is more than just the game to you. It's like, you know, this is a person that I love and I would love to, I don't want to betray her. You know, I don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's just like, at this point, you just want to work with somebody who, like, you don't have to argue with constantly.
Yeah, but I think Dylan or Dolores wouldn't have really put up a fight.
Yeah, it's just so messy because it's like, at least I know Gabby. I feel like other people have probably already mentioned this, that they need to be broken up because they always are on the same page.
Yeah.
And it's suspicious.
So I think it's a huge mistake, but also, like, I get it, you know, like, you're a human at the end of the day, and it's very difficult to, like, lie to somebody that you love. You know, I would know firsthand. I do it every day, but
What?
I'm actually not Chinese.
What?
I'm Cameroonian.
We have to break up. Just kidding.
So
just kidding.
The episode kind of ends off there with us not knowing. Dylan, first of all, let's run through all the votes. Dolores goes Ivor again. Gabby goes Danielle again, obviously. And then it gets down to Dylan, and this is less sure, but Dylan just kind of sticks with his guns, goes Danielle again. So now it's 2-1 in favor of Ivor, and it comes down to Brittany. And that's where we leave off.
It's going to be crazy.
And next week is finale.
Yeah.
And a quick check-in with our race. I only have...
You have 2, right?
I have Brittany left.
You have Brittany and you have Dylan.
Oh, I have Brittany and Dylan, yes.
I have Dolores.
Yeah.
This dumb bitch. Fucking throwing everything off.
Yeah, she was kind of
Or maybe I'm glad because then she probably would have voted for Gabby, and I want Gabby to stay.
Yeah, I mean, Dolores is very like rigid in her thinking. I think she's basically just choosing who she likes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
her like whole thing is loyalty.
Yeah.
So
You know, not the best character trait for traitors, but a fantastic character trait for just a woman in New Jersey.
an Italian woman in New Jersey, yeah.
An Italian woman in New Jersey sounds like a horror movie, like an American vampire in Paris.
Dude, Housewives of New Jersey is a completely different show if you set it to like a horror movie soundtrack. Actually,
She's not from Housewives of New Jersey. She's from Housewives of Patterson, isn't she?
she's from Housewives of New Jersey. There's no Housewives of Patterson.
Oh, really? I've never
seen.
seen.
She's just from Patterson.
Oh, is she new?
No.
Oh, okay. I've never seen her on Housewives of New Jersey. I only know Jacqueline, the woman with the hairline down to here.
No, that's Teresa.
Teresa, the hairline down to
Yeah,
here.
because I stopped watching. I started rewatching it and then I stopped because I was like, nobody's enjoying this. I do love it though. I grew up on that shit. It was iconic.
Yeah. And, probably going to see some more of that. Like, seeing Teresa on Traitors would be hilarious.
She's just like a freaking.
She's a legit criminal, though.
Yeah, but she's also kind of dumb.
And that's a perfect segue into our discussion topic. We're bringing back discussion topics, boys and girls.
Yeah, we finally figured out one for this fucking show and shit.
So we're going to talk about 5, what do we call them? Reality TV celebrities, people. 5 people we'd like to see on Traitors in the coming seasons.
Yeah.
Okay?
So Alan Cumming, listen up. This messages for you. And you better listen to us good because our ideas are great and amazing.
So first up, we have Stassi Schroeder / Lindsay Hubbard.
Yeah, we feel like they play a similar role on their shows.
Yeah.
Stassi loves murder. I think she would be a great traitor.
So does Lindsay. And they're both blonde, aggressive bitches.
They both love murder mystery parties.
They do. And can you imagine both of them at the round table? They would freak out in such different ways.
Yeah.
Like Stassi would just freak out in such a sassy way.
Yeah.
And then Lindsay would just be shut down and become cold as ice.
I feel like Stassi would use the phrase "that's traitor behavior" a lot.
Yeah. And I think that like both of them are very honest people.
Yeah.
They would both make really great faithfuls
Yeah.
or really messy traitors.
Yes. I agree.
I think that would be fun. Like seeing Lindsay handle, like, I don't know if you guys watch Summer House, but in one of the seasons, Lindsay was carrying the news that Kyle had cheated on his girlfriend potentially, and it was literally making her look older.
Yeah, she was looked like she was going to throw up.
Yeah. So watching her, I feel like she'd be like Carolyn, where she'd just be like not able to handle the deception aspect of it.
Yeah, she would be a better faithful, I think.
Yeah, 100%. So that's our first nominees. Let me look at the list.
Somebody was like, "You're a traitor." She'd be like, "That's not true.
That's not true. Everyone who knows me knows my character.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know who the fuck I am? Let's fucking go." That's what she would say if someone...
You do not want to see me activated.
Yeah, don't activate me. You don't want to see me activate. If someone tries to challenge her at the round table, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. I need you to do a PowerPoint presentation on why you think I'm a drainer.
Yeah, and whoever's on the season with her, I don't know what's up with him, but he wasn't himself today. He was cocaine...
Traitor.
Cocaine traitor, yeah.
Alan Cumming was cocaine Alan Cumming.
It would be, what would be really fun is seeing her and Carl on Traitors at the same time.
I think
She would just be like, I think the traitor is Carl because he betrayed me in my life.
A traitor has to be capable of manipulation and lying and deception, and I think those are all qualities you possess.
And he is literally the biggest gaslighter I've ever met.
He's literally Sandoval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun. Stassi and Jax. Oh, it's too far. It's been too much time.
Jax wouldn't be. I feel like he would be out immediately because everybody would be like, just fucking get rid of this guy.
But he is such a pathological liar. I feel like he might be like chaotic enough where people can't put a finger on him.
Yeah, I feel like he could have a potentially similar experience as Sandoval, where like people are just like just like don't even listen to him.
And just to be clear, we don't want these people on Traitors. These are not our other
I don't want
nominees.
Jax.
No Jax, no Carl.
Yeah.
No Carl on TV.
Carl wouldn't be able to handle it for sure.
Carl, we don't like you, man.
You didn't even look up mukbang for my cameo. We're trying to get you to chew. This guy likes to watch you chew.
I do like to watch that boy chew. All right, who's next?
Yeah, Stassi would be good. Who is next?
Next, this is a really fun one. Mike White.
Yeah, we mentioned White Lotus a little bit earlier. Mike White was on Survivor.
And for those of you who don't know, Mike White is the showrunner and creator of White Lotus.
Yeah.
He was also the wimpy roommate in School of Rock.
Yeah. He's been on Survivor. He's had Survivor people make cameos. He apparently told the Southern family on this season of White Lotus to go watch Southern Charm. So we know he's about Bravo. He's about Survivor. He's about reality TV. I think he would be excellent.
And like, what more perfect person?
I feel like he would have an Ivor game where he's just kind of like there and not saying a lot.
Well, I think because he clearly is such a fan of these shows, I feel like he would know what to do, even though he's not appeared on too many of them. He's not considered like a legend or anything like that.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have, and like, just based on the show that he's creating, you can tell that he's like very smart. He's at the very least a really good writer, and I think good writers tend to be able to craft reliable stories. So I think he would make a really great traitor, especially because I'm going to put a picture of Mike White right here. Okay? He looks so harmless.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like everybody would believe him off the bat just because he's not on enough shows that I feel like he kind of has a clean slate. Like, nobody's really coming in with any preconceived notions about him other than like, oh, we like him, we like his work, sort of thing. So I think he would be great in either capacity, faithful or traitor.
Yeah.
I feel like he would show up in like the worst outfits too. Like, he wouldn't even care. Like, Alan Cumming would be like, Jesus, Mike, you have to try a little.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that'd be really fun. And next up we have, I got to give a shout out to my boy, Mr. Jag.
Mr. Jag Baines.
The turban jaguar. Okay.
Whoa, I like that. The Jaguar. Yeah, I think Jag would be great. He played an excellent game. I think he would be... I feel like him as a traitor could be too obvious, but I think he would be great in either capacity.
Yeah, I think he is. I wouldn't put him in the role of a traitor if I were on the production side, just because it would be too obvious and it would probably like ruin what could potentially be like a very critical character in a season. You know, he could be eliminated really early on and then you don't get to see a lot of him. I don't think Jag gets enough credit as a Big Brother player. I don't think I've seen anyone have as dominant a game as him. Derek had a cleaner game, but Jag had just the most... he's like the LeBron James.
He survived being evicted.
Yeah.
And he was on the block many times after that and still survived.
And sure, there's like an element of luck there, but you could also say that he did such a good job of developing relationships that somebody was willing to put their neck on the line to save them.
It just kind of also wasn't even really fair because I feel like everybody surrounding him was just like, at one point he was just steamrolling everybody.
Yeah, and competitions obviously play a bigger part in Big Brother than it does in Traitors, but he is like a very smart person. I mean, he was playing on their season with Suri.
Yeah. Plus, you always want to keep somebody that is like helping you win money on the show.
Exactly.
Like, because it's always a group effort. He'd win so many shields.
I'm pretty sure he's won the most competitions in a single season out of any Big Brother player.
I think it's like
Tied?
a several way tie because I think I'm pretty sure it's been broken at this point.
Yeah, because it was Michael
beat Janelle's
veto record.
Yeah, like long-standing veto record.
Yeah, and just to gush about Jag a little bit more, like he's kind of like a perfect player. He's like, we talked about it in previous episodes, but like a lot of people misconstrue what Traitors is. They think it's a game of murder, but really it's a game of like who can be the most likable.
Yeah, I feel like he was really good at building relationships. Everybody was always trying to like be the third wheel. I feel like he was always very quick to adapt his game. Anytime he got new information, he didn't like sit there and freak out about it. He was just like, all right, and this is what I have to do next because of this information I was just given. He's great at pivoting.
as we can tell by his final speech, he's very well spoken also, which is super, super important in
It's
Traitors.
really important. If you can stay calm at the round table and not lose your shit, people are just like, oh, you're obviously telling the truth because you're so calm and not defensive.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, he has everything. I mean, he's like the full package, you know, so we'd love to see Jag. Jag, if you see this video, we're going to make this into a clip, probably, okay?
Because we love you and we want the validation.
Call your agent. Call your agent. Be like, I want to be on Traitors. There's no way they're going to say no, okay?
You have to, it's literally a missed opportunity for you to not be on there. You would just be so good.
Yeah, you would be amazing. I love you. All right. And next up, we have another Big Brother player. We have Angela Murray.
She would be fucking... It would be, like, bad in the goodest way.
Yeah. It would be like Kate, but, like, way funnier. Like, just the funniest, like, fucking thing.
You know what? She would try her hardest.
Yeah.
She would give 100% in everything that she is doing. She would definitely lose her shit at every round table.
Yeah.
Lots of crying. Lots of, like, spooning avocados by herself.
Yeah.
Lots of being like, oh, my God, this person just looked at me weird. They're a traitor.
Yes, yes. And she's one of the most paranoid players I've ever seen. And I think, like, obviously that doesn't help you in Traitors. It doesn't help you to be extra paranoid, but it's good for us at home.
Yeah, we like to watch it. Could have a similar game as Sandoval where people are just like, oh my God, she's on Theory 73. I can't listen to her anymore.
No one's going to take her seriously. She's going to go to the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like her Big Brother game.
They're just going to keep her around because she's non-threatening.
And meanwhile, she's just going to be crying and eating avocados.
Yeah.
Praying in the confessional room for charcuterie.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If what happened this season in the first episode where like they all came back and then they all ate all the food. Yeah, dude, she would flip a bitch, dude.
Yeah. She would fucking destroy somebody.
But here's another thing. We have to give her some credit. She is also such a competitive person.
Yeah.
And I think she would fight tooth and nail in every situation to, if she were a traitor, try to protect herself. If she were a faithful, try to get the traitors. And I think, like, at the end of the day, we want people who are going to play the game hard, you know?
Yeah, you want people, and that's why Traitors is good because it's always, like, other reality TV competition people. So I feel like everyone is always, except for obviously Kate, who at some point is just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't want to win money for these traitors. But it's not fun to watch a game where people don't want to play, you know?
Yeah, the worst thing ever is watching a reality show where it comes down to people who are checked out, you know?
Yeah.
And, I think Angela, it's really just, she would be so funny.
Yeah. I feel like
Traitors, I feel like, is such a more grueling game emotionally than Big Brother.
Oh God, I don't even know if she could handle it emotionally.
But that's what's great, man, is that she can handle it. Like, she couldn't even handle Big Brother, but she did it. She got to, like, week 9.
She got very far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think she would be a bad
gave
traitor.
Up. She was crying crazy tears while winning competitions.
Yeah. I think she would be a bad traitor, but I think she would be so good to watch.
Or a great traitor. She could be like Carolyn, where nobody suspects her because
nah, she can't handle
she's all over the place, dude.
Yeah, maybe.
And lastly, this one's never going to happen, but we want it to happen. Also in the NBC Universal family, Dr. Phil.
Yeah. I can't even remember why I suggested that, but I just know it would be good. Now, listen here, young men. Y'all, I don't know who the father is, but...
but you're a traitor.
But I know who the traitor is, and it's you, son.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't have anything to say about him. I just think it'd be funny.
Yeah, Dr. Phil, because you watch this, call your agent. Go on Traitors.
Yeah. All right, and that was fun. That was a fun little discussion, and now we're gonna.
Now comes the part of the episode that you guys all watch for anyway, and the best part, because we always save it for last, so you have to watch the whole thing.
Even though most of you are just watching the reels.
Yeah, which is fine. Whatever. Short form media does
We're already
better anyway.
millionaires. We don't need your support.
No, we need money. Yeah, give it to us,
We
please.
need an HVAC system in our house.
Yeah, it's gonna get hot, and then I'm gonna pass out in the kitchen making ramen, and then my dog's gonna eat the ramen, and then I'm gonna be sad because I'll have no more ramen.
Yeah.
And then my boyfriend will be like, "Did you
Yeah.
hit your head?" And then I'll be like, "I
Yeah.
don't know. I passed out. Why would you ask me if I hit my head? I
What?
don't remember." What? Yeah.
It's game time. I'm so sweaty. What are we playing first? We're going to be doing Traitors vs. Faithfuls Villains Edition.
Ha ha.
Oh, no one mourns the wicked.
Ha
All right.
ha.
Fictional villains are villains that are fictional.
They're not real, except for in our minds and our hearts.
Yeah.
They're real. Okay.
I'm so excited for this because I've always been the type of guy who loves the villain more than the hero in every movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. For my first pick,
The Joker. I know.
yes, but specifically Heath Ledger's Joker. Not the other ones. Okay, not the one that's like, boo-hoo, I'm a bad stomach comic. No, Heath Ledger's. He's all about chaos, okay? He would be excellent. He would blow shit up.
Someone just want to watch the world burn.
He's the real villain of that movie.
He really is,
Batman is
actually.
actually the real villain. And then that man...
No. Alfred is an enabler and Batman
and
is
a colonizer.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys didn't know this, but fucking Alfred, he was in fucking Laos burning
Yeah,
down forests.
And then Batman is just like a billionaire who likes to beat up mentally ill people.
Yes.
Fuck him. But anyways,
Okay, so
Joker.
you can't pick the Joker because he's the hero.
No, I'm
Pick
picking,
someone else.
No, I'm
Pick
picking
someone else.
Stop, I'm picking Joker. I love him.
Why so serious?
I love Joker.
All right. Okay, that's obvious. So obvious. If you weren't going to take him, I was going to take him.
Adoy.
All right. For my first pick, I'm going to pick Griffith from Berserk. And I'm a faithful, by the way. And listen, he's literally Jesus, man.
Yeah, he like kind of forces. He does some bad stuff for the greater good.
Yeah, I mean, for his greater good. It's not everyone's greater good. It's like his version of the greater good. So I think he would be very good at convincing people. He's beautiful. He's got this aura about him where you just want to make him happy.
Yeah.
You know, and he's also got this coldness about him where you don't want to displease him.
Yeah.
You know, he's going to be very much a person who's controlling everything that's happening without saying much.
He would kind of be like a Jag where people are just like, I want to be your right-hand man. So bad.
Yeah.
I'll
I
be
mean,
your
in no
third."
other way besides that, but yeah.
Yeah.
And he would be, beautiful. He would be, there's like a halo of light that just constantly surrounds him. And Alan's like, oh my God, he is dazzling.
Yeah. Yeah, he would be great.
So Griffith is my first pick. I had somebody I thought of that was really good. Oh, yeah. And for my second pick, I'm going to pick Zahir from Legend of Korra. And we're talking about like a chaotic, neutral guy who clearly has a strong sense of morality, but also has the ruthlessness to take out whoever is necessary to achieve his goal. And that sounds like a perfect faithful to me. That sounds like somebody who's going to get to the round table. It doesn't matter if you're his best friend. If he even catches a whiff of traitor, he's going to fucking strangle you with his airbending.
Yeah.
Enter the void. Become nothing.
He's a good pick.
Yeah, your turn.
Okay. For my second pick, I'm going to pick Madame Morrible from Wicked, Michelle Yeoh's character.
Ooh, that's good.
Because she's really good at asking questions and emotionally manipulating people.
Master manipulator.
She's really good at like conveying a picture, like pointing fingers about who's the real villain. I think
She's my mom.
Yeah, she's your mom. I love her. She's gorgeous. She can't sing, but she tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my second pick. I forgot about my other picks.
She's also a good pick because she always plays characters who don't have to say much to get what they want,
Okay, for my third pick, I don't know if this counts, but I view him as the villain. Jack Nicholson's character in Anger Management. He's so villain. Look at that elaborate plot that he did just to get Ben Stiller. Who's it? No, sorry, Adam Sandler.
You just said Adam Sandler, didn't you?
Huh?
No, that's okay.
What?
Sorry, no, don't worry about it.
I said Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
in
yeah.
character
yeah.
in
I
anger
thought you said
management.
Adam Sandler. I was like, wait.
No, Jack Nicholson in anger management. A whole plot just to get a man to propose and be a man. He's the villain. He literally ruins his life for months.
But he becomes stronger.
Yeah, but like, fuck him. Fuck that guy.
What, are you trying to motivate the traitors?
How do you solve a problem like Maria?
Or are you trying to motivate the faithfuls?
I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I was trying to remember the song. Jack Nicholson.
Jag Nicholson.
Yeah, Jag Nicholson.
We're going to put Jack Nicholson in a turban right here.
Also, like, I feel like he would be able to develop a really good deep strategy for figuring out how to like cover his tracks.
And you know what? He was also really great with women, and that's so important in this game.
Yeah, look what happened to Wes. You
Yeah,
might be
literally.
you might be the winningest reality TV show star of all time. But if you're rude to women, we'll get you. That'll get you gone real fast.
I thought this was a good pick, what I'm about to say, but now I'm not so sure. I'm going to pick... Oh, actually, this is better. I'm going to pick Daenerys Targaryen. And if you don't agree with me, then you ain't watching the goddamn show, okay? I'm picking Daenerys Targaryen because she has a holiness about her, a righteousness about her that befits faithful. You know, she thinks whatever she's doing is kind and good.
Now I'm like, fuck, what other characters from Game of Thrones can I pick? I love that idea. There's so many people I forgot about. That
And
is
she's
a great
mother, and she's very good about getting people to be loyal to her. You know, she's gotten countries of people to be loyal to her.
pick. Yeah, she's always freeing slaves and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. So on the surface, she looks like a good, kind person, but deep down, she's got some cray cray in her. You know,
There's
she's
some-
a little delulu.
Yeah.
You know, once her nephew doesn't want to fuck her, she starts going a little wild. You know,
Knock knock.
who's there?
Ben
Ben, who?
Denis.
Nice. You're my queen now and forever.
Let's see, I want to fuck anymore because you're my nephew. Fucking prude.
I love that she just cut and doubled down. She was like, we don't have to tell anybody.
She's like, my brother was always touching me. It's not normal.
It's totally chill, dude.
It's-
You're being
it's
kind of a
normal.
bitch right now, Jon Snow.
Jamie Lannister in what's her face?
Cersei?
Cersei. Totally normal and cool. Totally normal and
Yeah,
cool.
they're so chill. Everyone loves them.
Yeah, it's so fair and normal. Okay, that's a good pick.
Okay. Oh my god, this is such a good pick.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm going to pick the rat catcher from Inglourious Bastards.
God, he was on my list.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was one of them. Damn, that's good.
Oh my god. I mean, I don't even have to really say anything. He was hunting a certain demographic of people. It was very bad that they did that, and it was a horrible tragedy that befell the world. But he's good at it. He's very good at it.
Yeah.
And he can speak every language. He's smart. He's willing to do whatever it takes to secure his own victory, as we see by the end, where he makes a deal with the Allies to essentially sell out the Germans.
Yeah, but then he loses his scalp.
No, he just gets a Nazi symbol carved into his forehead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I forgot what his name was, but Christoph Waltz,
Hans
Gruber,
Lada.
he really did have it. Hans Landa. Do not agree with him, by the way. I really don't agree with him.
Yeah, but he would be a good faithful.
He would be a great faithful.
They call him the traitor catcher.
He'd bring the Third Reich into the castle.
Yeah. Okay, well, for my fourth pick, I'm going to pick Bill from Kill Bill because he's really good.
Fuck!
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. He's really good at assembling teams and making people do really bad things for him. So I think he would be a great traitor. He's very charismatic.
fuck.
He's sexy. He's ready to die whenever it's his time. So hot. Ah, wow.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That's so annoying. I was going to take him.
Too bad. Okay. for my fifth and final pick, I'm going to pick the anti-spirals from Gurren Lagann because they're literally unstoppable. They will eat you alive. Om nom 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 nom. You can't see them. You can't catch them. You can't do anything.
I don't even know if that's a good pick. I legitimately don't know.
I just wanted to.
Okay. All right. For my final pick, I am going to pick Voldemort.
That's good.
We done.
No, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. Game's over, and now no more changes can be made. But you know who else was on my list?
Who?
Calvin Candy. From Django Unchained.
Yeah, of course you would want a slave owner on your team. It's called the primary bedroom, Adouria.
I know that. Tell yourself. All right, and that was draft fictional villains.
Who do you think won?
Me. Okay, what do we do now?
We can. I just introduced something, so you do your game.
Do we do? The Traitor's favorite way to relax, and then you have to do F, Marry, Kill.
Yeah.
Okay. For our next game, we're gonna be guessing the Traitors player's favorite way to relax. Silence is so uncomfortable. Wait, no, do it again. Just to start us off hot, and he's not really a player, what is Alan Cumming's favorite way to relax?
Traitors.
Murder.
This is literally his way to relax, I feel like.
Okay, maybe that was too obvious.
No, that's good. It was a good one to start off of.
What do we think Carolyn's favorite way to relax? Because I feel like she doesn't know how.
I feel like she watches loops of scary clowns on YouTube or like videos of like nails on chalkboards.
She spends time in like fun houses.
Yeah, she spends her free time befriending crows in her neighborhood.
Getting tattoos on her ribs.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be the worst spot.
How do we think Kate likes to relax?
By herself in a glass of wine.
Yeah, on a beach somewhere, getting sunburnt.
Sunglasses, judging people with her face.
Yeah, calling people ugly in her head.
Yeah.
I feel like she would have a good time going to like a Midwest mall and just watching people go by on Rascals.
Terrible outfit. Didn't brush your hair. Why are you with that
horrible
guy?
father?
He's so awful father. Horrible upbringing. Daddy issues.
Oh my god. Bad race.
No, she wouldn't say that. What do we think Poverty's favorite way to relax is?
Cheating on her husband.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a husband, but I feel like her favorite thing to do is to seduce a guy and then break his heart.
Yeah.
It's either that or like yoga for like 4 hours a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you guys know that she's a professional boxer?
That's crazy.
With those scrawny ass arms?
I know. Crazy.
Does she just like flirt with the other fighter until they're like, I like her?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. What's Boston Rob's favorite way to relax? Reality competition shows.
No, because I feel like he has fun, but I feel like he legitimately is frustrated so often because people are just not
he's surrounded by idiots.
Yeah, the people are not on his level. I feel like he probably is just a guy who loves spending time with his wife and kids.
Yeah.
Or his friends.
Yeah.
You know, he seems like a very down to earth fella.
Oh my God, him and Dylan, like, I love every time they post a TikTok together.
Yeah.
Like, I love their friendship.
I do think that he probably does a lot of gambling.
I can see it.
Because he's said before that he's like, you know, been playing poker for like decades.
Yeah.
So I feel like he probably like, you know, he goes to the dog track, you know, bets on the ponies.
Yeah.
Bets on which one of his daughter's classmates is going to turn out gay.
Yeah. Yes.
He's a very down to earth guy. I feel like he would just probably do normal things.
Is that 5 or should we do more?
I think that's enough.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Tell us our final game.
Last up, we're going to be playing a game called Fuck, Marry, Kill. We just invented it.
Yeah, nobody's ever played this game before.
Yeah.
How it works is I will have 3 options, and I
she's
will
gonna
have
have
to
sex with
choose
all of them.
to fuck, marry, or kill one of them. Very stressful and hard.
Fuck, marry, kill. Tom Sandoval's ability to not put his foot in his mouth. Carolyn's ability to moderate her voice and tone. And Danielle's acting skills.
Oh God, all awful. This is gonna sound bad because Carolyn's a fan favorite, but I don't think I could fuck or marry that. I don't think I could have a whole life of that or even a moment of it. I think I would get. No. Okay, you know what? This game's hard. I feel like no matter which way this ends up, I'm gonna have to marry Tom Sandoval's ability to not put his foot in his mouth. Because I don't want to marry or fuck Danielle's acting abilities. This game is hard, man. Okay. I'll marry. Fuck. I'll marry Danielle's acting abilities. I'll fuck Carolyn's voice, and I'll kill Tom Sandoval.
Okay. All right. Fuck, marry, kill. Quentin's ability to be right about who the traitor is. Kate's ability to be warm and tender. Or Wes's ability to not demean women.
Okay. I feel like I know this one right off the bat. I'll marry Kate because I think I could handle it. After a while, my skin will get thicker. Fuck Quentin's ability to be right and kill Wes's ability to not demean women.
Fuck, marry, kill. Bob the drag queen. Bab the drag queen's ability to stay quiet. Mm-hmm. Derek Lavoisier's ability to fit into hats.
Okay.
Or Deontay Wilder's ability to handle the pressure of the game.
Oh my God, yeah. Okay. Aw, poor Deontay. Okay. I will marry Derek. I will.
You're gonna marry Derek's big head?
Okay, no. I'll marry Deontay Wilder. Because Deontay Wilder, right? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll fuck Bob the drag queen because I don't know. I feel like it would be cool. And kill Derek's big head.
Okay. And that's been Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Yeah.
A Sooki Sooki original.
Yeah.
Catch us next week talking about the finale. Very exciting.
Yeah, bruh.
Who's going home, Ivor or Danielle?
Nobody knows.
Black or white?
Actually,
old or less old?
Watch it be Alan Cumming goes home.
Alan Cumming has a family emergency.
Yeah, he goes home.
All right, bye.
Bye.